And good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Jim Deggys Pizza, where we are broadcasting live on 446 Sports. Tonight, it is the Bryant Bell Coaches Show on this Thursday night as we enter what will be week number 11 of high school football. It is playoff time, and the Pineville Rebels are happy to represent District 2-5A in the playoffs as well. We'll get into all of that with our head football coach, Bryant Bell. well. Nathan Martin anchoring for us as well. And Coach, it's a time of the year that I know from your various stops in your coaching career, as well as a player at West Monroe. Week 10 didn't mean the end of the football season. It just meant the end of a season, but the playoff season was the next part that normally came along. And for you and your team this week, you've got that opportunity.
Right. Year 3, we're glad to be here. Glad to have this extra week. We've had a lot of good things happen in practice this week, and we're ready for the opportunity tomorrow night.
Coach, what does having the extra week and the preparation and mindset? Because when we were here a week ago, our thought was we needed to win to get in. We knew there was still a possibility that because of the strength of schedule that we had throughout the football season, plus being in the killer conference district that we're in, we knew there was a chance, obviously, that still. But, we left not knowing for sure when we left Ouachita last Friday night. So what's it been like for you in this preparation process and getting the kids locked back in for another game?
Right. Obviously, we treat it like we have 10 weeks prior, but everybody takes a 2 or 3 week spring practice in the spring. So, in a way, we're kind of using this as a winter practice. We've called some freshmen up. They're practicing with us this week for the first time, kind of a varsity level practice for them, and giving some JV guys some higher reps, and just trying to sort of. Obviously, we want to win tomorrow night. That's the focus of this week. But at the same time, give some younger guys a few more reps that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise to springboard into next season as well.
And we're going to get into all of that, and you talk about the playoffs and the field of 24 teams and how that actually worked out. And we're in the Division I select bracket, and that's got some complications to it. You've got some teams with bye weeks, and we'll get into that. We also will want to look back and recap week number 10, because we have to make sure that we let you know, in case you weren't aware, who our player of the week was. And we'll not only get a chance to talk about that and talk about the outstanding night that individual had, but we're actually going to have him on the set with us in just a little bit, talking to our quarterback as well. So I guess I'll let that out and let you know that's who we'll be talking with. Jalen Whitty will be our guest coming up in a couple of segments, so we look forward to talking to him. We've also got our Southern Air Cool play of the game. But, Coach, typically what we do in the first segment is put a recap on last week's game, and we went to Ouachita again with the thought process that we needed to win to get in. They were fighting to win to get in as well, but went to Ouachita and definitely hit a team that was certainly clicking on all cylinders.
Right. They played, if you watch their videos, I think they played their most complete game of the year. And
I heard that actually from their play-by-play guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hats off to them for doing that. But like I told you, I think in private, I think they're maybe the most athletic, one of the most athletic teams in our district. And, it sort of all showed last week. So I'm glad to see them in the playoffs, and I'm glad we were able to still reach the playoffs as well.
No doubt about that. As you look back, you look back at the game. What were the things that you took from it that you went to your team this over the weekend and when they were back and said this is what we've got to fix?
Obviously, our run game. We worked on that. We've seen that we have the ability to throw it, and if we show up and catch it, which I know we've had a case of the dropsies this year at certain points in times, which has kind of done us in a couple games. But so handling the football and just the overall pursuit on defense is one thing, or a couple things that we've worked on.
Coach, I know you talk about the dropsies, and I've heard, in years gone by, different coaches having different, tactics, making them carry a football 24 hours a day or, stuff like that. How do you attack something like that?
Well, here in season, we just make them catch more and look it into the tuck and do the little things in practice. So I have some ideas for the off season to remedy that for years going forward. But for a short term remedy, we just throw 1,000 balls at them and rib them pretty good when they. That's what they tell me. I'm not above going to Walmart tonight, but they know that they're going to have push-ups for every miss that they've had.
Okay.
So maybe a little punishment will do them well.
And Coach, too, a lot of while you have a ton of experience, obviously, with your signal caller, at the end of the day, you had young men that were starting in those wide receiver positions for the first time with varsity, and you were trying everything that you could, including bringing young men over from defense to offense, just to try to get some reliable hands for Jalen to throw to.
Right. It in a way, it's sort of as bad as it is. As many drops as we've had, it's been a team effort, if you will. It's we tackle as a coaching staff.
Talking with head coach number 10, the game at Ouachita. We'll go on amongst our broadcast team and with the coach, and we'll start with our player of the game, who was someone that has been a candidate many times during the season, and you can see we see it on our monitor. Those of you that are watching it at home or watching this on the replay, you see number 10 standing there, Jalen Whitty. Congratulations to him. He is week number 10. Player of the Week, sponsored by our friends at Quibido's, and there will be a banquet that they're working on setting a date for after the football season is over for all of our schools, that all of the players of the week will come to, and there will not only be a player of the year from each team, but then there'll also be a separate Player of the Year award between the 5 schools that 446 Sports covers. So look forward to that opportunity to enjoy a good meal together at Quibido's. And again, congratulations to Jalen. He was also the Jason Hawk Farm Bureau Player of the Week as well, and was presented a game ball by Jason Hawk.
I thought he showed a lot of poise. Last game.
15 of 28, 98 yards through to 8 different receivers in that game. That was a stat that you shared with me, and was not something that you hear very often on any level of college, pro, or high school, where you're throwing to 8 different receivers, and of course had the touchdown to jump from that standpoint, considering a
couple more completions in
yes,
there, but
yes,
we're going to need the same level of poise tomorrow to be successful.
Well, he's a young man who could have been Player of the Week several times this year, and I think he's even deferred on that honor. And early on, we really started to give it to him a couple of times, but we knew that he was going to have a stellar season. We like spreading the love around, but
right.
Our hat is off to Jalen on a great season. And looking forward to a great night tomorrow night. I've heard in practices this week there were fewer drop balls, and so I'm hoping that's a predictor of things to come tomorrow night.
Hard work pays off,
and
I just can't help but think we're going to be okay.
Talking with head coach Bryant Bell, the other award that we give away is our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and I will confess, Coach, that where I was at in the press box, I had this big obstacle in my way, and the play was to the right corner of the end zone, and I wasn't sure until I saw the officials raise their hands that there was a touchdown. So typically we like to play the audio of the call, but I will certainly defer a little bit on that. But as we roll the Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, you'll see as we break huddle there at the 6. And Coach, the play obviously was to number 15, who was lined out in the slot, and he just goes to that corner of the end zone, and Jalen just puts it right there. Beautiful play, really a good play for a junior wide receiver that's getting that opportunity. Right. And I know earlier in the season had a couple of opportunities where balls were dropped, but he, sign of both a great player as well as a coach. a quarterback that you continue to throw. And in that particular play, that was a sweet touchdown.
Yeah, Justin's got he's got good hands, and he had a couple tough drops early in the year. But I mean, we're not going to throw anybody to the wayside because of that. We just kept working him, and I was happy to see his time come back around and him take advantage of it. It was certainly awesome for all of us to see the referee's hands go up, signaling a touchdown. As our goal line and red zone woes have been well documented.
Right.
So that was
Yes, sir.
definitely
Yes,
a breath of fresh air. Right before halftime, coming out of halftime, we attempted that onside kick to try to get the ball back, and it looked like we might have had it, but it was out of bounds. But how things could have been different if we would score there and then get another opportunity coming out of the half.
And that play came right at the end of the first half. So yes, that you did have something to build on going into the second half. But as Coach said, the run game we struggled. Ouachita did a great job in the box, and there were times where it seemed like they had all 11 guys in the box,
right?
And just daring us to try to run the ball.
Yeah, and they're so athletic. They
Yeah.
just they man you up on the outside, and they can commit 8 or 9 to the box. I mean, it's tough to beat an athletic team like that.
Well, that does put a wrap on that game for us. Again, our player of the week will be our guest, and we will go ahead and bring him onto the set next. So we'll take our first time out, and when we come back, we'll talk with number 10, our quarterback, Jalen Whitty. Stay with us. This is the Bryant Bell Coaches Show, live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Welcome you back into the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. We are live at Jim Deggys Pizza on Highway 28 East in the Skyline Plaza. I want to invite you to come on by, have a great slice of pizza with us. If you are wearing Pineville High School gear, they'll give you an extra 20% off of your purchase tonight while we're here doing the show. So come on by and visit with us here at Jim Deggys Pizza. You got to tell them, of course, and they'll hook you up. So again, we appreciate their support of the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. Third year that we've been here with the show, and third year to have this opportunity to again promote Pineville High School football. And so excited to be joined by number 10, Jalen Whitty. Our quarterback was with us earlier in the season, and bring him back tonight because of a lot of things, but also in addition to being a senior, in addition to being a leader of our team, he was our Quibido's Cajun Cafe Player of the Week for last week, and we were talking during the break. Jalen wasn't aware that he had thrown to 8 different receivers, but that was a nice stat provided to us by Brett McCormick, who watches all of our 446 sports games and, helps stat those as well. And, of course, Jalen last week, 15 of 28, I believe, for right at 100 yards, just over 100 yards, a touchdown as well. Tell me about last week's game from your standpoint as far as performance.
It was very. I felt pretty confident. Damn, tripping. All
That's
right.
Okay. It's good.
No, it was a very good game we played. I feel like we could have done better though, but our receivers started stepping up towards the end. Got us some completions, got us some confidence building into this week. And it's a long ride that week, but.
From your standpoint, and you obviously receivers catching the ball builds confidence, but you seem to have a lot of confidence in the pocket, and you're not going to scramble necessarily unless you have to or get forced out to, but you're very good running with the ball as well.
Oh yeah, it's all about trusting your O-line. They work a lot, they work hard every day. To protect me, so and that trust starts with practice, building practice. They practice good, they practice hard. So,
Coach, your quarterback, they say, is like the coach on the field, and the ball touches his hand every play. Your take on the maturation of number 10 during your time here?
Well, I'd say definitely these last few weeks he's really stepped up his game as far as player coach, if you will, on the field. He's growing in poise, and he's growing in just confidence with his teammates, and it's starting to show more and more. We know that tomorrow night it's going to show more than it did in the previous week, and can't wait to see it.
Well, no doubt about that, and Jalen, the opportunity, for someone that is as athletic as you are, the opportunity to play football on the next level from a college standpoint. I know you're maybe not thinking ahead to that yet, but is that something that you want to do on the next level?
Oh, definitely it is. I love football. It's been with me for a while, and I'm really hoping I can get that chance to play at the next level.
Well, I know you've put the time in both in the off-season program, going to the different camps that you can go to, get those opportunities of exposure to not only college scouts, but just to fine tune your skills as well. And I know that I believe that what you do possess, there is an opportunity to do that on the next level, and I certainly hope that scouts don't sleep on number 10, because I think they're missing out if they're not writing you letters and knocking on your door, and I hope that is something that does come to fruition for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. I kind of want to just take my time with it.
Sure.
Kind of just take the time to better myself, personally and skill wise. So
Well, I certainly understand that. Coach, tomorrow you're going to Karen Crow. I know you've been watching their defense. I'm not asking for what adjustments you make, but looking at what you've seen on film, the opportunities for your offense tomorrow night.
I see a lot of Washita, and I see a lot of Washita and Ash in their defense, and that's being super athletic. They like to bring pressure. They're not just going to sit back and they're not going to drop 8. They're going to bring a lot of people and play man coverage, and that's what we've been working on this week. We feel like we have a good offensive game plan to attack that, and we feel like Jalen is going to be the catalyst and in our offensive production tomorrow, and can't wait to see it.
No doubt. Jalen, what have you seen? I know you've looked at, film as well. What do you see as your opportunities?
Taking those one-on-one matchups, I feel like my receivers they're going to be able to beat them one-on-one matchups and take the shots downfield when we call them. Working in the zones that they may leave, just mismatches.
I got you. And Coach talked about this too at the top of the show. Getting the running game going. You've got 2 sophomore running backs. That really the last 4 or 5 games have started showing what they can do. Yet at the same time, there's still that youth factor, if you will, and getting used to carrying that ball and making sure that ball doesn't leave your grasp. But the run game will open up your passing game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's just all about, if our running backs, they're getting better at being more patient, making those good reads, good cuts. So I feel like that'll help out with bringing those linebackers and safeties down. And hopefully we get over the top of them.
No doubt. And you've got some guys, obviously, that can get there. Jalen, again, hats off to you. Thank you for your commitment to this program. You kind of stepped in, if I remember right, kind of midway through your sophomore year, and each week about you, and again, just appreciate your commitment to this program, and I know you've made this program better, and I hope this program's made you better.
Oh yeah, it definitely has. It's built a lot of character in me. It's the reason why I am the way I am. It's all about, just being, how to say it, I'm trying to find that word.
Well, I calm under pressure, Coach, is one thing I see, and again, that's just not always the case, with a quarterback, especially that has legs like you do. But you are thinking, pass first, and then if you have to, you run, and if they give you that gap and that opportunity, you know how to take it, and at the same time, getting the ball to 8 different receivers last week was a nice accomplishment, and without having that one go-to that you can throw to, you're having to incorporate a lot of names into the passing attack. So.
Oh yeah, it's all about trusting them. I trust them real good as of right now. It's a little iffy, but I'm getting better at it. Trusting them a lot more. They're catching better in practice this week, so
good.
I'm gonna need them for this week.
Yep.
Good week of practice.
Yes, sir.
Well, very good. Well, Karen Crow is the destination tomorrow, and the Rebels will be playing Karen Crow in round 1 of the playoffs, and we'll get more into the playoffs with our coach and how that structure is set up here in just a moment. But again, we want to say congratulations to Jalen Whitty. He is this week's Player of the Week, both sponsored by Quibido's as well as the Jason Hawk Farm Bureau Player of the Week for his efforts this week. And we wish him nothing but the best tomorrow and going forward, and thank you for representing Pineville High School like you have.
Oh, no problem.
Jalen Whitty has been our guest. Number 10, he'll be leading us tomorrow in the playoffs. Look forward to seeing that. We'll take another break, and then when we come back, we'll dive a little bit more into this thing called Select Division I. Talk a little bit about that with the coach. Stay with us. This is the Bryant Bell Show, live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate plan settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 15 years, currently president of the Greater Central Association, has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever we live. For any of your value needs, give me Kimberly Harrell.
Tide and Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing Bonus System. No Money Destin 2024. Call us online.
We welcome you back to the Bryant Bell Coaches Show as we come to you live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports. Looking forward to enjoying some Jim Deggys Pizza here in just a little bit when our show wraps up. We really appreciate them being our season-long home. And, of course, if I actually had an opportunity where someone has some folks coming in this Sunday evening, and I think they're running a track cross-country meet or something, but they were looking for a great place to eat. And I was recommending that, Jim Deggys, and, they said, well, that's a pizza place, right? I said, well, yeah, pizza is what they made their name with, that brick oven, wood-fired pizza that's cooked at 700 degrees in that oven. But I said, in addition to that, they've got wings, they've got, of course, all types of salads, soups as well, meatball marinara. So, they've got a lot of different things besides pizza. But, yes, pizza is what they hang their hat on. And we appreciate Paul Averett and the good folks here at Jim Deggys. They have been our sponsor for the last 3 seasons, and we look forward to hopefully continuing that as we go forward. Coach, as we look into this picture of the thing called playoffs, to say it's confusing to the average Joe would be an understatement.
Right.
You think about it, and of course, the way it is set up these last few years, you have more divisions. You have, of course, the select and non-select, and in our particular division, you've got 5A schools, you've got 4A schools, and of course, in this initial week bracket that come out, you have your first 8 seeds that all have byes, and they're waiting for the winners of the games that are coming up. We come in as the 24 seed, and we are playing the number 9 seed Karen Crow. And Karen Crow, of course, a team that was 8-0 to start the season, lost their last 2 games, including to Acadiana which is in their district, and they would actually, whoever wins our game faces Acadiana in Lafayette next Friday night, Acadiana being the number 8 seed, so they were the last one to get the bye. But Coach, as you look at this bracket and how that sets up, I don't remember in years past that anybody had a bye. But again,
Right.
by the way things are set up now, that's what we're dealing with.
Right. I think all the brackets have buys, even non-select. So it's even I'm not used to it. I don't really know how to read it. You know, I saw a graphic on Facebook the other day. District 2 4A, which is where Tioga and Peabody are. There's 5 teams in the playoffs and 4 separate playoff brackets. So I'm not sure how that how that stacks up or really makes sense. But you know, there's a lot of buys, and it's hard to decipher.
Well, I think there are either 6 or 8 in select, but there's 4 in non-select. And it's just very confusing.
Well, and on top of that, the teams that we've played in district, it's only us and Ash that are in the select. Our other 4 district mates are in the non-select, so they're not even playing in the same playoff bracket as us, and that's very confusing.
But then Tioga's playing up into our select Division 1.
Yes, there's a couple of other 4As that, you know, because they needed teams to fill it out, I guess. But, you know, again, to me, it's just very confusing. And we talked about that at Coach Speak last Sunday that, you know, they really need to consider if they're going to stick. If we're going to stick with this, then you really need to at least let those district games be against teams that you potentially would see or that would be a part of your bracket going into the playoffs. And while that makes too much sense, I'm sure that's not going to happen.
I think there's some changes that could happen in January for the principals meeting with LHSAA, but we'll have to. We have what we have now. We'll have to wait and see at that point in time.
We do.
And assuming, you know, let's say Tioga has their winning streak. I haven't really broken it down, but would they have a chance of seeing Ash in a round or two? You know, and they don't play them. I mean, that certainly seems to be an unfair matchup if you're a Tioga 4A team having to play against a 5A team.
No, they wouldn't. If they got Ash, it would be in the semifinals. You know, the way the bracket breaks out, because Ash is on the top half of the bracket, and they're about to play, as a matter of fact. We'll get to the schedule here in just a minute. And meanwhile, Tioga is on the bottom half of the bracket, and they would have to get through, you know, a number of higher seeds, if you will. But the only way they would meet Ash would be in the semifinals to see who goes to the Superdome. Ironically, we were just a couple of points away from playing Tioga in the opening round. And we were all kind of pulling for that for a variety of reasons, including travel and another shot at them. But, you know, again, that's just how weird this select certainly looked.
I thought we were going to play Tioga, to be honest with you. I fell asleep on the bus for a few minutes and woke up and checked my cell phone, and it was Karen Crow. So
hold on.
Wait a minute. Wait. Stop right there.
Rich and I are both thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you fell asleep on the bus.
Well, I wasn't driving.
Okay.
Not this time.
All right.
I'm going to drive to Karen Crow tomorrow. So I took a trip. I took one of the laps off.
Well, you recall,
okay.
Rich and I were in awe that you were the bus driver. And
Man, that was the big thing last show, was talking about him being the bus driver, and because he's taking everybody to school. So
I've hung my head out the window a couple times before in my past, and kind of woke myself up with some cold wind.
I bet you have. So, but yeah, that we were thinking kind of the same thing, and then obviously that came up. Have you talked to Coach Bachman this week from the standpoint that they played Karen Crow, I believe, in week 2 or 3, to just get a little insight from him?
Yeah, we did. He shared some insight, and as you know, as is common, you know, he and I have a good working relationship, as do other coaches in the area, and I picked his brain a little bit.
I got you. And they did play them earlier in the season. Ash, I believe, a much different team now than maybe when they played them. And Karen Crow obviously is too. But make no mistake about it, a very talented team that, is number 9 and barely missed getting that bye.
Right. They lost their last 2 games by, I think, 8 points total or something like that. So
and they were district games.
They could very easily beat a 10-0 football team.
Yeah, so you look at that, you know who you're facing, but what about the question of weather? We're all preparing for rain coming in. Your guys have been catching the ball well. How does that go? Does that factor in your mindset? You're just going to play the game.
We're just going to play the game. We've come this far. We think we found what can be successful. So as of right now, I don't believe there's a high chance of rain at game time. We're just going to play the game and make small adjustments as needed.
Is that an artificial turf stadium, Karen?
No, they're natural grass, okay. just like we are.
Okay, well that is good to know, and there is supposed to be something coming that resembles rain overnight. We'll see if that happens or not, but we sure could use some. But I know there are some schools that are playing tonight, and as we mentioned, Ash is playing Bonneville tonight, 13 against a 20 seed. They're about to kick it off at 7 o'clock over at Butch Stoker Stadium, and as I look through some of the other games, John Arrett and Riverdale are playing tonight, and I went through a couple of the brackets, and there were a few teams that were playing tonight as well. And again, you have the first 8 seeds that are have a bye into the second round, and they'll host no matter who wins. In our case, we pulled the upset at Karen Crow. In a normal situation, you would be home in week 2, but that's not the case again with how these brackets are set up. So again, keep that in mind. We'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll do a quick scan around look at some of the other teams that are playing both for 446 Sports and local teams as well. Take a final look at the standings for 2-5A, and then look ahead just a little bit as we wrap up our show for tonight. Stay with us. This is the Bryant Bell Show, live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports.
With a sketch on created by 2 words. And after turns to turn reality, it's America. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
We welcome you back to Jim Deggys Pizza in the Skyline Plaza, Highway 28 East, here as we bring you our final segment of the Bryant Bell Coaches Show for tonight, as it is a playoff edition. The Rebels travel tomorrow to Karen Crow. Easy trip from the standpoint of travel, and we hope folks will make the trip down I-49, and it's right there off of the interstate, Karen Crow High School. So look forward to that. It's just they tell me it's just across from the Amazon distribution place. So I know where that's at. And everything.
I've never been to a sporting event at all in my life to Karen Crow High School, so this is a new deal for me. Yes, I mean that's kind of exciting too.
Yeah, no doubt, and
see something new.
No doubt, and I've done some basketball there, but not football, so it'll be a good experience as well. I will tell those of you that watch us faithfully, they do not allow the video streaming. We are going to record the video along with our audio, and then after the game is over, when we upload it to YouTube, we'll be able to remove the screen and you'll have the video with our audio. But on the initial live, there'll just be a screen from what I understand, and the play-by-play and color and everything that goes with that. But again, once the game's over and it's uploaded to YouTube, as all of our shows are archived there for all of our schools, you'll have that video. So at least we're able to do that, even if we can't do it live in that moment.
So we'll be referencing the instant replay. We'll be referencing the graphics that we do. As you're watching it live, you will only hear that audio of that. But later on, that full video will be available for you to go back and enjoy, and hopefully enjoy victory.
No doubt, no doubt. Look forward to that, Coach. We were just talking here in the break. Some of as we look around our 446 sports family, and you take a look at the standings. I got you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We see the graphics. So those of you that are here in Jim Deggys, you're not seeing anything. You will next season, but when we'll make sure that we're able to put our graphics on one of our monitors as well. But a little monitor that we have, you see that the number 1 seed on the select side. No, the non-select side, I got to get my bifocal straight, is number 1, Ruston. They have a bye. Number 25, South Shore, will be at number 8, West Monroe. Number 28, Ouachita, is at number 5, St. Amant. And number 22, West Ouachita makes the trip to number 11, Salmon. And again, I don't know how many districts have all of their schools in the playoffs, but certainly is the case for 2-5A. And then on the other side of it, as we mentioned to you early on with some of our disbelief about how this is all separated, Select Division 1, number 20 Bonneville is about to kick off at Ash in about 12 minutes, who's the 13 seed, and number 24 Pineville is at number 9 Karen Crow. But again, Coach, as you look at that, a nice thing to be able to say that even though we're on opposite sides of the brackets of Select and non-Select, still all the teams in District 2-5A made the playoffs.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, and you can see how competitive our district is and how difficult of a schedule it is. I mean, to be in a 6-team district where all 6 teams make the playoffs, I think that speaks volumes for itself.
And when you talk about District 2-5A, we also want to I know that this week the waters were tested a little bit with the new districts coming out for the 24-25 school years, and there will be a little bit of a change in District 2-5A, but not the change that we were pushing for, as far as moving potentially moving southwest. That didn't happen. We lobbied for it. It just didn't happen. So we'll still be in District 2-5A, but West Ouachita is out. They're moving down. And coming in is a familiar team to 2-5A, even though they haven't been in there while we've been in it, and that is the Neville Tigers. So Neville is coming into the district, and I don't know that that's a fair swap, Coach.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like it. I don't have a problem with that being known as. That's certainly not something that I'm in favor of, but. I would have liked a change of scenery, to be honest with you, but they don't ask head football coaches what they want. It's a principal-run organization, and and the LHSAA, and there'll be an opportunity for different voices to be spoken in January, and maybe that'll be the case.
And I know you told us that you listened in as Dr. Carpenter was lobbying other principals, but at the end of the day, the LHSAA did seem pretty set that they were going to leave Alexandria and Pineville up in the northeast corner, and while you have 7 or 8 schools in the northwest corner, and the same thing down south, and could have sent us in either of those directions, but chose not to, and then adding Neville, moving back up to 5A after a lengthy stay in 4A, which they were in Tioga's district. They move up, and West Ouachita moves down, I believe, into Tioga's district.
Right. So. Dr. Carpenter did stand up for his school, but it's it's more than there. I think there's 400 and something odd schools in the LHSAA. So
I got you.
One man can only do so much. But
sure.
I'm thankful for him in doing that, and the fight's not necessarily over.
I wanted to circle back to the strength of our district and looking at something that folks may not have caught. This week the sports line did not make an update, so the numbers on the screen are week 9, after 9 weeks, I should say. But if you'll notice on the that was a sports line. The Sports Writers Association actually has Destrehan and Ruston tied at number 1, so they're not 1 and 2. They, according to their numbers, everything, they have 2 tied for 1, and John Curtis is third. West Monroe is 12th. So when you look at that, a 5A lineup like that, Ruston battled their way early in the season. They were in the bottom half of the top 10 and have slowly inched their way to be tied for first place in the 5A standings. And I think hats off to them.
And you have Karen Crow at 13. They had been in that top 10 much of the season when they were at 8-0, but then as they, lost those last 2 games, 2 district teams, including Acadiana, who you see is also 8-2, but they moved Karen Crow down. Just not, they're no longer in the top 10, but they're right there on the edge, looking in, and just gives you again an idea, strength of 2-5A, and I appreciate Nathan bringing that point to us. As you look at some of our other schools in the 446 sports family, you've got in Division I, number 23, L.W. Higgins at Tioga tomorrow night. Also in Division I, we mentioned tonight, is Bonneville at number 13, Ash. Our game at Karen Crow. You have Division II, number 18, Buckeye at number 15, De La Salle. Then in Division II as well, you've got number 19, BTW Washington out of New Orleans at number 14, Peabody. So Peabody getting a home game. Bunkie at number 6 in Division III has a bye. And in Division III also, number 15, I thought, is that they're at Menard, or is Menard at Homa?
I think I have them backwards. I think Menard's at
number
Homa.
18, Menard, will be at number 15, Homa Christian. The winner of that game goes to play Calvary. So that is just looking ahead a little bit there.
Yeah, so as we look, congratulations to other Sinlaw teams who have made it. Peabody, flexing their muscle a little bit and getting to have a home game to start out the playoffs. So congratulations to them. And, of course, Bunkie, I think everybody's got their hat off to what they're doing over there.
No doubt, no doubt. Congratulations to them. Coach, as you look ahead, when this football season does end and holidays are behind us, how does the Rebel football team progress, as far as the off season is concerned?
Well, it depends on when it ends. I'd like to give everybody a couple weeks off to pick up equipment and clean up a little bit and just to heal from bumps and bruises that you inevitably get through a football season, and then we'll get after it. If we end it on the front side of Thanksgiving, we'll get back into the weight room for the 3 weeks in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, just a little bit, just to get moving. But we really will hit our stride after New Year's and be off to the races for 2024 at that point.
And, as far as incorporating some of the younger men into the program, I know you've been bringing some of the junior high kids along. Is there a point that you are able to continue that even before they are officially on the campus?
Yeah, I'll have a parent meeting at the junior high, mid-January and start picking them up on my school bus, at the end of January, and then it'll really be off to the races from there.
The one you're not sleeping on.
Yeah, I won't be sleeping on that one. I won't be sleeping on that. With a bus full of junior high kids, you can't get any sleep anyway.
Well, it was really exciting last week when we had, 3 of the players from the team, from the junior high team that were here, and each one of them were very emphatic about playing at Pineville High School, and I believe all 3 were multi-sport stars, if you will, and so we look forward to incorporating some of those young men into the program. Obviously getting, someone like Bryson Phoenix, a freshman that we lost in the Jamboree, although he was with us all season, which was great, we're certainly counting on having him, and, obviously him coming back strong for his sophomore year will be important too.
Him and a handful, a good freshman class to go along with what we have older, kids older than them and what we have underneath. That the future is bright. us being in the playoffs is step one, but the future is bright looking forward.
Well, during the season, there are a lot of people that help make what we do possible, and we really appreciate them. And it's nice tonight that one of our chief cooks is actually ordering food here tonight and, not having to cook supper. He does a lot, though. David, Kim is one lucky girl to have David, Morrow, who used to cook up some great plays for Pineville when he was our quarterback. And he has fed us all during the season for home games. And, I don't know if he does waiter or DoorDash on the side or not, but, he could pick up a little extra change that way if he wanted to.
Well, we need to be nice and let them know they're on the Deggy cam right now. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. So, don't pick your nose and don't do anything like that, because we're spotlighting you guys on camera. And, I'm glad you qualified that,
right.
So, but we appreciate David and Kim and, just all the great folks that help make it possible. And, again, big thank you to our team that helps us out during the season as well. On the sidelines, Robert Anderson and his son Landon, they do a great job for us, along with Anderson Martin, and there we go with they look they don't look like the three guys we had on the Deggy cam last week there at the bar area, but that's three MVPs for us right there as well, along with Coach Jamison Brown. So appreciate those guys, and again, Coach, you said it over and over again, you don't do it by yourself.
No.
You've got a great staff and a team that is still coming together as far as the coaching staff is concerned, and we obviously don't do it by ourselves either. It's a lot of great people that make it possible.
Can't do it by yourself. That's rule number one.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I
Yes,
know
it does.
It's a trite saying, but it's something that we certainly believe in, and we appreciate Robert and Landon, and Anderson's over there doing a little babysitting, I think. So.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Not babysitting, just occupying time with some young future rebels, hopefully.
There we go. Well, that's going to wrap things up for the Bryant Bell Coaches Show. Again, tomorrow night, Karen Crow, 6:45. Remember, no video, but audio. But once the game is over and our program is uploaded to YouTube, you'll have the video as well as the audio. And again, the Karen Crow Bears will be hosting the Rebels tomorrow night. And again, look forward to a good game there. Coach, let's go and get that one and get that win, so that in week number 2 we head right back to Lafayette to play Acadiana. Let's do it.
I'll take it. Our team's up for it, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
No doubt about it. For Nathan Martin and Coach Bryant Bell, I'm Rich Dupree. Thanks for watching the Bryant Bell Coaches Show, live from Jim Deggys Pizza on 446 Sports.